looking normal is actually ugly.
I have waited 18 years for this movie, and it couldn't have come at a more perfect time in my life.
Scott Westerfeld predicted this in his 2005 UGlies. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You're in dystopian culture space in America. How does Scott Westerfeld predict today's beauty standard in his 2005 dystopian book? People are saying that the uglies aren't really ugly, and others are debating that it's a decade old. And today, my main focus is about the beauty standard. You need to change your appearance by the age of 16. How did he predict today's beauty standard? The fillers, the botox, everything, plastic surgery, for people to enhance themselves to become what they are not, just to please society. People are saying that the movie is a decade old. Yeah, I agree to some extent, but I feel like it's right on time, okay?
I'm just saying that people are getting plastic surgery more than ever, and y'all are obsessed with looks way more than ever. You have 11-year-olds putting retinol on their face, and you don't think that that's doing something to society? Again, no one's telling you what to do with your body. My skincare routine is ridiculous, but I feel like putting this movie out during this time is just so perfect. I hope Gen Alpha really watches it.
I feel like it's right on time because he predicted this beauty standard, today's beauty standard, in his book 2005. And today we can actually see how that is affecting us. Okay, everybody wants to conform into the beauty standard of today. Let's talk a little bit about uglies. Dystopian movie where everybody is ugly. Looking normal is ugly. Tally is a young girl who has some few months before she reached 16. Okay, and in this dystopian movie, everybody below 16 is considered ugly because when you reach 16, you have to go for plastic surgery, injectables, cosmetic surgery, be changed into a pretty, to change into what society accepts, okay, to become one of the cool pretties. And this is what Tally is aiming for, to become pretty, because society has placed it in their minds that you can't be normal, you are ugly. So everybody is trying to become pretty in this dystopian space. Later we'll talk about how Westerfeld predicted today's beauty standard. So Tally, being a normal young teenager, obviously has this pressure on her to become a pretty, okay, because society has labeled it that every normal person is ugly in the society, and we have those that don't feel like being pretty until she met Faye, who doesn't feel like being a pretty, and she just wants to join the normal people living on the land and just be a normal person without becoming a pretty. This is where Tally was sent on a mission to follow Shay to wherever she was, okay, which was called the Smokes. And she entered the place and she got to understand that Shay had found a group of people in the smoke, and there was their leader. He went explain to Tally that conforming or becoming a pretty is not all that it seems.
You'll get it when you're pretty.
It looks like when they alter your appearance, they alter your brain, they alter everything about your personality, and you just become what society wants, what they want, how they can control you, how they want you to be or act, okay? So you lose your self-direction, you lose your sense of thinking for yourself, and you become a pretty, okay? So Scott Westerfeld's book is very interesting. Now, I just want to connect it to today's beauty standard. That is exactly what is happening today. A 15-year-old girl, a 10-year-old girl, 11, 20, 40, everybody wants to conform to the beauty standard. They achieve it by getting fillers, botox, BBL, getting all these things to look superficial. Okay, that is what the book is standing for. Today's beauty standard is exactly like this. Everybody wants to become a pretty, become something they are not in the society, and it's perfectly done or perfectly written by Scott Westerfeld.
Please ignore my hair, but I literally have to make this video right now. I am so mad. They are butchering a dystopian teen novel franchise right before our very eyes called Uglies. It's like a 4-book series. It's like it's in the like Divergent, Hunger Games, Maze Runner, Percy Jackson. Like it's in that like category. It's getting turned into like a Netflix original, I think.
I agree again that the movie might have come out a decade later, but it's happening now. That is the main focus we need to channel our energy on, okay? The beauty standard, the pretty privileges. Now let's talk about looking normal in the society. Now normality in the society is starting to fade very quickly. Everybody wants to look the same. Everybody is starting to look the same. Okay, normality is now being gone. People are losing their sense of personality. Just like in the book Ugly, everybody wants to conform to societal beauty standards and have the pretty privilege to be able to walk in the society and feel like, I belong. Oh, I deserve this. I am entitled to this because I'm looking the part. Okay, the Kardashians are approved. Celebrities have gotten back off fat removal, BBL, and so on and forth, just to conform to this beauty standard. Just because looking normal now is a thing of the past. Now, the natural beauty that we were given is becoming a thing of the past very quickly. Everybody wants to become something they are not. Gen Z is aging more than they should because they are all going for fillers, botox, injectables, all these things into their faces just to look the part in the society. So normality is gone, just as in the book Ugly. Everybody that is looking normal like Tali and Shay and David is considered to be ugly. But we can obviously see that these people are one of the most attractive people in the movie, okay, but still they are considered to be an ugly. That is the relation with the society now. That is exactly how people are behaving. Looking normal is ugly, and you don't fit in a society unless you do something about your appearance or alter yourself. Let's talk about the pretties. Now, talking about the pretties, these are the people that have accepted their face and brainwashed into thinking they need to look the part. And now they've gotten that injectable plastic surgery and everything. Now they've lost their sense of purpose. They've lost their way of thinking for themselves because society is able to control them. So the book is very interesting. I have a lot to talk about it, okay? We have a lot to learn about it.
I'm irritated right now. Irritated! And I'll tell you why. I woke up thinking I was going to have a good day. The new UGlies movie came out. I thought it was going to be so good. No, disappointed. Disappointing. Okay?
Even though people are saying, I don't get the point, it's not looking nice and all that. But if you take your time, you understand that it's relating in today's beauty standards. Scott Westerfeld predicted it perfectly and it's happening now. Now people want to get plastic surgery at the young age of 18, 15. And that is what is happening, okay? And when they become a pretty or they go and get all this plastic surgery, it is still not enough. They want more and more and more until they look superficial. It's like the movie. They look unrecognizable. They look like they are not themselves anymore. They've lost a personality in them because they've been conforming to society's beauty standard. They've been conforming to what society wants and they lose themselves in the process. 2010, the skinny was in 2020s, there was thick. Okay, it keeps changing like that. Beauty standard keeps changing with time and people keep conforming to it. And then the movie, when Shay didn't want to become a pretty and then convinced Tali, and then Tali saw the reason why she shouldn't become a pretty. Okay, she saw the reason why being a normal self, actually being able to choose the fact that I don't want to become something that people want me to be. I want to become what I want to be. Okay, I don't want to conform to what society expects from me. And that was part that made me feel like this girl is really talking about those that have understood that your beauty is something that you should find from within, not from outside. Okay, your outer appearance shouldn't determine your beauty or determine who you should be. So you shouldn't allow society to make you feel like you don't deserve to be a pretty person or you don't deserve to be someone that you love. You don't need to conform to society to become a pretty. Okay, every country has their beauty standard.
The way that men acted when the Joker came out, this is my Joker, except I will be so much worse.
You can be universally very pretty, but you will still look ugly and still not be acceptable in the society because society would want you to conform to that country's or that society's beauty standard and fit in and try to prove a point for them to know that you deserve to be called a pretty person or you deserve the privilege. Okay,
you are not considered beautiful in the US because the US is colorist, it's racist, it's fatphobic, you know, all the key terms. I highly recommend at least once a year you go to a country that finds you beautiful because you are beautiful. And unfortunately, if you are in an environment or a circumstance that constantly telling you you're not, you're going to start to believe that about yourself. So I don't know who this is for.
So my final take on this is being a pretty or being ugly, it depends on how you feel. It depends on the kind of person you are or things you think in your head. Okay, nobody's ugly, nobody's pretty. You just need to get your own beauty standards, set them for yourself. Don't let society change you, because you keep conforming and changing till you reach your breaking point, and you wouldn't want that. Okay, thank you so much for joining me on this video. Subscribe, join the family. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, ciao.